What about your fitness? Have you been counting your steps? Eating your vegetables? The leading cause of death in the U.S. is heart disease, followed by cancer, and it's not even close. I know I've lost people, but what are we doing for ourselves? I'm not trying to sell you a shake, a magic diet pill, or a special meal plan that may or may not work for you. I'm not here to body shame anyone or preach to a choir. I'm not even in great shape myself, because you're definitely not going to see my abs right now. I can't even see them. But I'm going to get or stay healthy or die trying. I hope that today we're able to have an honest conversation about health, and most importantly, for ourselves. Hey, what's up, everybody? Better late than never, right? Look, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we hope that you were able to hang in there and that you're going to tune in and enjoy today's show. I'm one of the hosts, Anselmo. We're going to get the show going. We may run just a little bit late. We have a lot that we want to cover, but please tune in. Sit next to me right here to my left, you see Diana. Diana, you want to say hello?
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us again. We already went over the intros and stuff, but thank you for joining us. And if you're new, welcome. We're really excited and happy to have you. So today, our guest of honor, just right here. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Hillary.
Hi, guys. It's Hillary here. I teach the fitness class for Moving Forward on Mondays at 10 a.m. We just had our last class, but you can always go back and watch those. I'm a certified personal trainer that is local.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say Hillary helped lead the fitness classes outdoors when we had them before COVID, and then the whole COVID thing, and she was really flexible and started to lead them online on Instagram. And so thank her for that. We really appreciate that, helping get our community healthy and fit. G.
Good evening.
What's going on?
Running a little late, but I mean, like you said, better late than never. I'm Giovanni, I'm one of the hosts, and next to me.
What's up, y'all? Thank you for bearing with us. I was over there trying sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. These machines are kind of finicky sometimes. So what you do, you gotta press all the buttons, make sure one of them, hopefully one of them works. So that's what was going on.
Yeah.
But we got it done.
We're live. We're live. And as Diana said earlier, which was funny, we did this entire intro earlier before we realized that there was an issue with the Wi-Fi. And so, we did it again. So you didn't see it the first time. It was golden, but I hope you enjoyed this intro.
That was probably our best. Intro so far.
I thought that's what I thought. I was like, "Ooh, that was smooth." Next thing you know, they was like, "Hold up, stop, it's not working." It's like, "Oh, whoa, okay, let's do it again." Well, thank you for hanging in there. We got a topic today that I hope many of you can relate to or have experiences that you could contribute to in the comments. We're going to be talking about health and wellness, especially regarding our personal experiences, cultural experiences, access to resources, such as the free community fitness classes. So that's one of Moving Forward's pillars, right? Health, academics, and community service. So today we're going to be digging into the health aspect of our project, and we can't wait to do that. What do you guys think about today's topic?
Oh, I'm ready to talk about it. Just about wellness and all that stuff. Is my mic on? Yes, it is this time.
We got that part right.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah. So I'm excited to talk about it. I think everybody is.
Yeah.
We all kind of have a little bit to say on it.
Uh-huh.
Different kinds of subjects.
Yeah, I think what you want to do with it, like how you want to attack it,
Mm-hmm.
is dope. So I think
Okay.
that it's going to be something that a lot of us need to hear,
Yeah.
and then we have an expert with us.
Yeah.
So
So like I said, we're going to be talking about personal experiences, right? So we're not here to body shame anybody or make anybody feel lesser than, because, you know, I'm not holier than thou. You know, I just had what did I have earlier? A couple brownies, you know, and, you know, I haven't worked out regularly in a minute. This whole COVID thing and gyms being closed really threw what do they call that?
a wrench.
Monkey
A monkey wrench
Mhm.
into my whole routine. But yeah, we're going to talk about this here. So what do you guys think about gyms being closed? How's that affected you at all?
Me,
Any of you?
I work at a gym, so and my county is still closed, so it affected my job.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, there is online training that's been helping a lot. But I go to the gym every single day. Well, I used to before this all hit. So, and Jose too, my boyfriend. So that's what's caused the issue is the quarantine 10 is what I like to call it, the little weight that comes in.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
real.
It sucks.
It's real. Quarantine 10, you're lucky. Quarantine 15 for some, you
Yeah.
know. That's how it goes. How about you guys? Has the gym being
me?
closed impacted you?
yeah, it's since I go to El Cerrito 24,
Uh-huh.
and it's been a struggle, especially it being the first month. I was kind of, you know, thinking, oh, it's going to be just for a month, and then it became 2 months, 3 months, and then next thing you know, you're gaining weight, you're eating wrong, and all this stuff.
Yep.
Within the first 2 months, I want to say that not being able to go to the gym made me gain a little weight. Thankfully, I checked myself, and it didn't go beyond that.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? You know, one thing that I wanted to talk about too is how like many people, you know, put women in a side where, okay, women definitely worry about their weight, but men, I think men equally are concerned about their weight and their health, especially, you know, when it comes to, you know, those abs and stuff like that. People want to make sure that they, you know, take care of it. So how about you, Diana? How about has the gym being closed impacted you?
Oh, definitely. I think it impacts me, you know, particularly because I like to work out at night. So I don't know. I'm not like a morning workout person, even an afternoon workout person. So like I used to go to this gym in Albany, and it was like 24-hour Anytime Fitness in Albany, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there it was like a safe space because it was like key card only and it was super empty. So I was like, okay, cool, I have this gym to myself. Basically I can like go run on the treadmill if I want, and, you know, use the weights if I want. But then now, like, how can I really do that? I can't really run outside at night unless, you know, my boyfriend goes out with me, or, you know, and people are all weird if you're like running and you don't have a mask, and, you know, people look at you like don't breathe on me. So then it looks kind of, you know, like it does kind of affect, you know, me in my instance. So that's kind of my perspective on it.
Yeah, no doubt. That you bring it up an interesting subject, because I've been trying to pick up the habit of running more often since gyms are closed. And I definitely have came across people who, you know, look at you weird when you don't have a mask on. And, you know, I say that's totally okay. But if I'm running, it's really hard to wear a mask, and I do social distance. So I get way out of the way. I run in the street if I need to, safely, of course. I'm not running in the way of cars. But people do get, you know, really serious about that really quick. Yeah, so I could definitely. Yeah.
They give you like dirty looks, you know what? I get it too, like, especially if they're around their children or whatever, they're kind of looking at you sideways, especially if you're sweating, you know? And then sometimes, like, I just spit when I run. I don't really care. You know? Which is bad. Like, oh, they look at me like the
Spit
devil.
like a man.
Gives us
Some
some
tight
It's
tab.
like-
Some tight tab.
There you go.
Yeah.
Be cool out there. I don't want you to have to get in a fight with somebody out there. Sounds like it's serious.
It's crazy
Bro, you
out
know
there.
what? My money would be on D.
Yeah.
My
For sure.
money would be on D.
She don't look like she to be played with, huh?
She's from Durango. You don't mess with people from Durango.
Yeah.
That's-
Not at all. Not at all. All right, man. How about so let's keep this conversation rolling. Exercise for me is like one of my favorite forms of stress relief. Right. I know we all have our different ways of relieving stress or trying to. So exercise, it kind of helps me ease my mind so I don't feel like overwhelmed. If I have like a million things going on, I'll go for a run, and I'll try to run as hard as I can so I forget about all my worries, because I just got to worry about breathing, you know? And that way, when I'm working out, my mind just kind of just clears. You get that runner's high sometimes. So how about you all? What do you all do, or what have you been doing, especially now with stress levels being through the roof, to relieve your stress?
Listening to a lot of music.
Music?
But well, what's my stress relief is dancing around in my kitchen. I'm not a professional dancer at all, but it is a form of exercise to dance. It uses a lot of your muscles, and you're sweating and you're getting those calories off. So since I can't go to a gym, and I am doing at home exercises, but that's my stress relief, is just getting some kind of form of exercise when I'm cleaning or, you know, doing laundry or whatever. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, and then clubs are closed. You can't exercise and get your dance on there. But I guess the kitchen is another place to get it in.
At clubs, you know, your favorite DJ right here. Like you hit on the thing. You were saying that it clears your mind, right?
Yeah.
It clears your mind. And if you're not able to let out that stress, you know, all that stuff, you start losing your mind. But what I've been doing as far as keeping my stress levels down, I picked up photography. Like I just been going. I'm outside with my mask on, taking pictures of what I can, and then on top of that, DJing at home, and it just kind of clears your mind. You have to have something to clear your mind. I mean, if you can't do it physically, you got to find some other way to keep your mind just going, feeding it something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, keeping busy, I think that is helpful, so you don't just, you know, stay alone in your thoughts, running a million miles per minute, especially with all the craziness going on. How about you, John? What are you doing lately for stress relief?
Man, I just walk my dog. Walk my dog. I'm all over the place with my dog. I'm usually up at Point Isabel, but man, it's been crazy windy.
Oh yeah,
like crazy windy, man. I mean, at least in that area. So like, you know, I have a little dog, and he gets kind of freaked out when it's that windy. Strange little guy, but you know, constantly walking. And just recently, like right now, my boys are my cousins and my nephews are out there playing football, so we just started that, and that pretty much wipes me out, bro. You know, after like a good workout, you sleep like a rock, dude. So, you know, that's something that just recently started doing, but I mean, that's it. Nothing magical, nothing out of the ordinary, you know.
Yeah.
But exercising has always been constant in my life. So any kind of form, I'm doing it, just in different ways.
So you all feel I'm checking in with you guys right now. You guys feel good? You guys feel like your stress levels are manageable? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Speak on it.
Like when we first started this quarantine, stay at home, I probably gained a good 5 pounds. And like I told you earlier, I definitely checked myself. I started lifting at home. I took some dumbbells from my mom's house, brought them over there, and I work out maybe 3 times a week. And then after dinner, since my girlfriend's pregnant, we go for walks. We go around the lake, and that's about 2 miles. Yeah. We probably go twice a week. We just try to keep busy as much as possible with the limited amount of things we have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm having a hard time trying to find the comments on the YouTube right now. So I don't know if you guys are commenting, but once I'm able to figure that out, I want to see what your stress levels are like. What are you feeling about stress? What are you doing to manage your stress and stuff like that? So once I get that figured out, I'm going to be talking about it. So, all right. The hospitals, right? I feel a little bit scared to go to the hospital right now because I don't want to be around people with COVID. And I don't know if that's just me being crazy, but I kind of feel like I'd like to avoid going to the hospital as much as I can. And that made me think, generally, there's this stereotypical idea that people or men are afraid or don't like to go to the hospital or doctor in general for checkups, whatever it may be. I kind of wanted to bring that up and get a few opinions on that idea, and especially now with COVID, I understand that part of it, but generally, going to get checked up, making sure everything is working all right, making sure you're good. Yeah, speak on that for me, G. Sounds like you got something to say.
Yeah, I definitely want to hit on that because maybe about 6 years ago, I wouldn't go, I started going to the doctors more often, and it was because I ended up getting kidney stones, and that ran in my family. So then after that, I just wanted to keep checking on myself. I know high blood pressure kind of runs in my family, so I also wanted to keep an eye on that. So I went maybe once every year and a half, just to get checked up on my blood pressure, just asking the doctor certain things, like when I do get sick, when I have a high fever, or just different things. When I have had pain in my back, before maybe 10 years ago, I wouldn't go to the doctor. I wouldn't go get my back checked. I'd just say, oh, it'll heal by itself. But now anything that does happen, I feel that it's extreme, I actually go. Checked out.
Yeah, I feel like it's a totally different thing. If you don't have health coverage, then obviously it's super expensive probably, and you don't want to go because it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. But if you got insurance and you're still not using it, that's a different thing. And I think that's what you hit on.
Yeah, definitely. I had health insurance for the longest. I just never used it when I was younger. I think all that money was just going to health insurance, and a lot of people, like you said, don't have it. So me, now that I'm older, more money conscious as well as fitness conscious, I go. Because you're paying for it anyway. You might as well go get checked.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I go as often as I should. I do go, but I feel like I need to go more often. And having this conversation is making me realize that. So, you know what? I'm going to make a note right here. Go to the doctor.
Now.
All right? So, hold me accountable. Check on me next time. See if I made that appointment. But, yeah, I see a few other people commenting. It looks like Duran said that he's been cooking a lot more lately as a stress reliever. So, yeah, I think that's a really good way to do it. I'm sure that his cooking skills probably got even better. I'd like to try some of those dishes, but
I don't know. Duramo, he might, cook something weird or something. Duramo McCoy.
Man, I know that he was on the keto thing for a minute, but
he's on keto.
I'm not sure.
Oh, keto. But I want to talk about men not going to the doctor.
Please, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm not a man, but I live with one.
Uh-oh.
He refuses. I think he thinks he's invincible. Well, actually, he does think he's invincible. He says it all the time.
Yeah.
My heart hurts. Okay, well, maybe you should go to the doctor. No, I'm
Put
good.
some
It's
Vicks
fine.
on
It's
it.
nothing. I'm like,
Put some
come
Vicks on
on.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is it, Sprite or what, 7-Up?
Sprite.
But yeah, he thinks he's invincible, and I don't understand why men just refuse to go. It's not that they're scared. Just think that they're just too macho for it. I go all the time. I don't
Is
know.
it encoded in our DNA, you think? Because, it's funny. It's true because it's true. But, I grew up in a house full of women, and I still have that, I don't want to go, I'll rest it up. I'll be good tomorrow. I don't know what it is. Yeah. What is it?
Man, you know what?
Testosterone?
Is it
Yeah,
testosterone?
testosterone.
Might be.
For
Just
sure.
saying, could be.
It's a combination
It
of
don't
a
make
lot
no
of
sense.
After,
Pride.
if you get sick, you won't go to your boys and be like, I went to the doctors and I had
I'd be like,
I had a little ache on my finger or something. You know what I mean?
AG, man, could you check me out real quick? Should I go to the hospital?
I think not only that, but there's definitely a stigma with guys. Guys are definitely shamed more. If, let's say they have to call into work because they're sick or, whatever the case is.
They call on you.
They're like, oh, you could just suck it up. That's kind of the mentality. Mm-hmm. So then they're almost shamed, I feel, for breaking their leg and not crying about it. They're shamed for that. So then that kind of
I didn't think about that, but that makes sense. I did not think about that. But yeah, you're right. I do feel like men do get shamed for missing days of work, and they don't get I'm gonna say it. They don't get as much leeway when it comes to missing days of work as women. I said it. I know that's tough, but I feel like myself now. My job is it's pretty laid back, so I don't have to worry about calling in sick. But before, when I would call in sick, I feel like really bad about missing work. I like to hold myself accountable to the highest level, and so calling in sick to go to the hospital or go to something like that. Yeah. Unless I'm like on my deathbed, probably not going to do it.
And we have a comment by that one sexy woman. That's her name on it. And it says, I just
well, you better watch out. Be careful.
I just make my husband's appointments and tell him it's paid for, so he needs to go.
Yeah, there you go. Taking charge.
Very smart.
One thing I got from that is that I know when I was younger, just making an appointment for the doctors wasn't a thing that I wanted to do for, maybe later on in the week. You had it all planned out, but you didn't want to go to the doctors or make that time slot just to go to the doctors. But now, as you're older, as far as me, I know I like to plan everything out. And making that doctor's appointment, or not even doctors, this is, let's say a dentist appointment. You have to make it and then make sure you're there because, like you said, getting days off and all this is important. As you get older, self-care. You start thinking about it more and being conscious about those kind of things. So I think she hit it that as far as like making the appointment for him. I think that's one of the biggest steps. A lot of guys aren't thinking, I'm gonna make an appointment for the doctors. But,
yeah, no, that's true, man. But I feel like the older I get, the more I realize that health is wealth. You could have all the money in the world and not be healthy and not be able to enjoy and not be able to enjoy your life. So I definitely feel like if you're not healthy or you're not focused on trying to stay or get healthy, then you maybe should rethink about that because, you're going to get older. Everyone ages. Hopefully you reach the old age if you're lucky. And you're able to maintain good health so you could enjoy those later years of your life. And I think especially nowadays, as there's new technology, more information about how to stay healthy, people are actually living longer than ever before, right? That's a fact. And so like they say, 40 is the new 20, or what do they say? Something like that. 30 is the new, I don't know,
whatever age you are,
you can make it work. 60 is the new 30, whatever you want to say. It's a little bit true because people are living longer than they used to. But on the same token, what kind of quality are you going to be living if you're not taking care of yourself? You can have a bum knee, you're going to be limping, have back issues, you're not going to be able to enjoy it. But I know one of the things I've noticed, especially during this podcast, is John, he comes in, he brings his smoothies, his healthy smoothies. You don't have one with you today though, right?
I do not know. I drank it beforehand.
All right. So tell us about how or why you are on this healthy smoothie hype. Let's talk about that. What is in there? It's green.
It's everything green that, well, honestly, it's just a combination of all sorts of things. You're talking celery, talking spinach, kale, broccoli, kiwi, just a bunch of stuff. So I've been healthy conscious for a minute now, and now it's gotten to a point where I kind of just
like a minute. Like what's a minute?
I don't know, years, man. Like how our pre-show, one of my friends, B, we had interviewed her, and that's how I actually met her. And I knew her sister beforehand. Such a small world. Like I knew Deanna's brother. But so we're talking about 10 years ish. Not hardcore, but pretty health conscious. So I've tried all kinds of diets and stuff like that. So now it's just to a point where I just kind of experiment and try my own things. That's why I think it's really cool for B to come up with a cookbook, because now I can try some of her stuff, and I'm sure she's personalized a few things, so that's exciting to me. But yeah, man, I throw in just a bunch of stuff. It always tastes different too. I
feel like my level of consciousness ebbs and flows, and sometimes I'm on it and sometimes I'm off it. So
same.
What kind of things have you done to try and bring it back on track?
I personally kind of I conditioned my mind to it, man. Like I've gotten to a point where now I don't even think of it as something savory or sweet. It's just something else it's just eating something. So that's why, I got vegetarian just recently, Hillary.
Oh, cool.
Well, it's been a minute, not a minute, but it's been a good time now. So I think it's just conditioning the mind to it. I think that's obviously the hardest part.
It's literally the hardest part. I always tell my clients that it's 80-20. So exercise 20%. It's the way you eat that really matters. And I over the time, even more recently, I'm learning my body and about how to kind of condition my mind to eat healthier. So like I couldn't be vegetarian. I really do. I like meat too much, but I decided to give up pork and like beef. I eat turkey bacon, ground turkey, chicken, and I try to stay away from those things. And I try to I'm intermittent fasting right now. I'm trying to do that and stay inside of my time zone. It's hard because I wake up in the morning hungry out of my mind, but it is very much a conditioning of telling your mind like, okay, this makes you feel better. Like if you're going to work out, eat something that's going to give you energy beforehand. Not anything, not candy, not, anything bad for you. Like, a quick snack. So yeah, it takes some conditioning.
That let me ask you guys a question. Just thinking about what she said. Do you guys have a routine that you guys do like every morning before you wake up? I know I do. Let me start off with mine. Like I told you
something before you wake up.
No. I mean,
I was like, bro,
after I wake up,
dialed in.
First thing I do is I drink water, like I told you guys when we did the coffee, and then the coffee episode. Then after that, I have my shake. No, not my shake, my smoothie. I've recently been doing that, but doing that after I kind of realized I was gaining weight with the COVID. So about 2 months ago, just making a bunch of fruits and mixing it all in there. Then I have that within the next 30 minutes after having my 32 ounces of water. Then after that, in an hour, I do my oatmeal. And then that's really helped me just drop my weight. And that's just my morning routine, like for the last 2 months. And it's, it's not the best thing to, like, because obviously what you eat later on in the day is going to affect you. But just that part of the morning, I think sets the tone. You know what I mean? Gives me good energy. I'm not overstuffed. So,
no doubt. Like I feel like if it's working, why switch it up? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's just as easy as it is to get those positive habits going. Those negative habits can creep in too. And I feel like sometimes you don't even realize it that you created a habit until you're like, whoa, like I didn't used to do this. Now what's going on here?
And it's figuring it out too, because like I said, I've tried different diets and all of them put me in a different mood. Yeah. They give me different energies. Like, like when I first went vegetarian, I was low on energy. But then, I started to eat like more eggs and a shitload more spinach.
Yeah.
A lot more spinach, and I'm pretty back to feeling normal as far as energy goes.
Yeah. One of our viewers mentioned having an accountability partner. I think that's really cool. I feel like I've kind of done some stuff like that in the past where I had buddies who I went to the gym with regularly, and if they weren't there, they'd be like, I'd message them, where you at? Or they would do the same thing for me, and I think that kind of helped me to stay consistent and stay disciplined. So that was one of the things I was like really serious about, is that consistency and self-discipline. And I think it was Hillary who mentioned that earlier, the consistency part. But that self-discipline, I think personally, is where it really comes down to whether you're going to see the results you want or be healthy or not. Yeah. Because when that pizza's staring you down, then it's like looking all sexy. And you just be like, man, I kind of want that slice, but I shouldn't do it.
That happened to me this morning. I woke up going, I want Wingstop. I've been craving Wingstop. It's real bad.
Man,
it's
I love
really
Wingstop.
bad. I just can't help it. But I'm like, I want Wingstop. And I look at Jose. I'm like, can we order Wingstop? He's like, no.
There you go. Accountability partner right there.
You need to get Wingstop.
Shout out Jose.
Then he started thinking about it, because once I dropped that seed, he's like, I kind of want some too. But I had to tell myself, you have stuff in the refrigerator. You bought those yams for a reason. You bought that turkey for a reason. Stop letting stuff. And then I started thinking about money.
The voice of reason.
Yeah, I was like, don't let your produce go to waste. Like, if you're not gonna buy this expensive cauliflower, right, for $6 and then let it go to waste and go get Wingstop. No, I thought about my wallet, and that's what really helped. So it was Jose and then money, and I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. If you would have asked Deanna, she would have been all for it, because I saw that once you said Wingstop, her face lit up.
I don't like Wingstop.
No?
Oh, for real?
Like, I'll eat the fries or whatever, but my boyfriend actually loves Wingstop, so that's like one of his go-to meals. But I don't know, it just kind of feels too heavy for me. I'm more of like,
I get that.
Yeah, I like the fries, but I'm not really like a fried wing person.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was such a good customer to Wingstop that I made friends with the people that worked there. This is some years back. They actually were my friends. We hung out outside of Wingstop afterwards.
You did.
They invited me to their tailgate parties at the A's games. Well, this is the thing. I would go to A's games sometimes. I'm a season ticket holder at A's game. So I go to the A's game. Sometimes I'll hit Wingstop before or after. And they'd be like, oh, you're A's fan? Yeah. Here goes some extra wings. So I ordered the 10-piece, get 20. Take them all down. All of them by myself on a solo mission. And then we became friends, and I would go there so often, at least once a week. But, man, that's how those bad habits start. You don't really realize it tastes so good, you know, but it's not really that great for you. So over time, you start to realize, like, hold on, like.
I heard it's keto, though. I heard that
Technically, I
Wingstop
think
is
it is,
keto.
right?
Yeah. Should we talk about keto?
No,
God. That's a whole
I don't
other
have a
monster to
popular
get
opinion
into.
on keto.
Yeah, I mean, keto I feel like could work for a short term, but like for a long term diet, I feel like it's hard to keep up with. And generally speaking, like greasy foods and stuff like that, like the Wingstop that you can eat.
Yeah.
For me, it's a no-brainer that it's not super healthy for you.
Yeah.
You don't even feel great after you eat it. If you eat it as much as I was,
Yeah.
you're not gonna feel great. So that's my gauge, my kind of, I guess, barometer is if food doesn't make me feel good after I eat it, then it's probably not that great for you. And that's my personal experience. I'm not an expert. Maybe Wingstop is great for some. I don't know, but I'm gonna question that.
Do you still eat it?
Occasionally, not like I used to before. Like it's like a huge treat for myself when I do eat it. I probably eat it like once or twice a year, if that. Whereas before it was, trust me, faithfully, religiously every week for like a year.
Yeah.
Every A's game at least.
Yeah.
Wash it down.
Ace
Wash
play
it down
every
with,
other day. Every day.
wash it down with a brewski.
Man, yeah, there you go. That's a whole nother topic right there,
Right.
the brewski. But we could keep going on that.
Pandora's
But
box.
man, I'm loving the way the conversation is going. I want to see more people in the comments. Let us know how that's going for you. Yeah, but I wanted to check with Diana, right? Because I know that she is a runner. She mentioned it earlier. And she was training for a marathon or half marathon?
Marathon.
For a marathon, right? Which is 26.2 miles, right? That's a long way. That's about my commute to work that I drive. And I would never, ever run that. But how did that go? With the whole COVID thing, I know things got put on hold. Did you still run it?
So it really sucks. So I don't know if anyone knows about the Oakland Marathon, but I was training for the Oakland Marathon since December. So just imagine that December, January, February, the race was end of March. But then end of March, the whole COVID thing happened and they postponed it all the way to July. Mm-hmm. Then they're like, okay, so the marathon is no longer going to be in person because they couldn't get the permits or something. You know how that the close on the streets and stuff? Mm-hmm. So now it's going to be all virtual, or you can postpone to next year, whatever you want to do. Then they moved it to August. So the race isn't going to be till, it was supposed to be in March. Now, you know, the Oakland Marathon or the half or the 5K, you can sign up for whichever one you want, is end of August. So that kind of really sucks because like I mentioned, in the time of COVID, right before everything happened, it was literally like the week before my race, and my training plan ended at 22 miles. So I got up to the 22 mile mark, right? And then
how was that? How was 22 miles? You felt good?
Yeah, I felt pretty good.
No
Yeah.
blisters?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like you definitely get blisters like on the sides of your feet. Mm-hmm. My feet don't look great, and like especially with all the nail salons, like me and Hillary were talking about it, especially with all the nail salons. I used to get pedicures after long runs, and then now my feet just look busted. But
as long as they don't look like Antonio Brown's.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks. But it's honestly the only difference between somebody that runs a marathon and somebody who doesn't run is a discipline. Yeah. Like I have trouble with it. I think everybody has trouble with it, but I feel like some ways that I like made it easy for myself is I joined a running group. Mm-hmm. So like the people there, they're like super enthusiastic, and the races were a lot of fun, and the coaches was great. It was Strawberry Canyon Track Club. So if you guys want like a running community, like they're an awesome resource.
Yeah, you know, before you had never told me. Once you told me about it, I was like, wow, I didn't even know they had stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a whole other world. Like they have
Seemed
yeah, they have like singlets, and they have like, you know, offside competitive races, and they just, people are just like so nice and happy. But yeah, that's basically what motivates me, I guess, finding a group that people that are always down to run and stuff.
Kind of like the accountability partner that someone mentioned in the comments.
But they making it fun too, because you're not going to stick to anything if it's not fun. You can kind of enforce it yourself some way and build it through habit. But I feel like if it's not fun, you're really not, you can't really make it like a doable thing. Yeah. So that's just my take on it.
You know, I've never worked myself up to run a full marathon. I ran a couple half marathons. Mm-hmm. I was actually signed up to run Beta Breakers, but that got canceled. But that's only like a 12K, so that's nothing close to a full marathon. I kind of think that I would like to one day, but I know when I really start running, my weight starts like dropping off, and I could literally work myself to be like even skinnier than I am now. And that is something that I kind of don't want to do. Yeah. So I got to find the right time when I'm ready to run a marathon. And like I mentioned earlier about the blisters, I know because like I've had blisters on my feet from running. And actually, Hillary's brother-in-law, Pancho, I would a buddy of mine, I would run with him, and he would just like want to run from point A to point B. We'd start from his house and say, let's go, let's just run. And we just run and run and run. We'd end up by like the Bay Bridge. And I'd be like, what is this, man? Like, I can't. He's like, let's keep going.
They're runners.
Let's keep going. I'm like, nah, you know what? No. My foot's bleeding. I can see the blood. The blood's coming out the side of my shoe. I'm going to sit down right here. Call an Uber. Like that. I'm done. And he's like, oh, man, you messed it up. But he's pretty cool about it. But it's interesting, right? And when I was younger, I would run maybe like a mile or two, and I felt like I accomplished something. Like, wow, I ran 2 miles. Like, yeah, I'm in great shape. That's it. It's over. It's almost like
I'm done.
when you don't really know, like a kid has $1, you're like, I got money. I got $2. It's like that. You run a couple miles and you're like, yeah, you know what? I accomplished something. But then you start seeing like, well, people running 26 miles.
Got $5.
What's that? What's that about?
That kind of you know, makes you think twice about what you eat too sometimes, because like I thought about this the other day. I was at Costco and I was like, oh man, that pizza looks good. And I'm like, how many calories is a slice of pizza? It's like 600 calories for this slice of pizza? Yeah. That's 6 miles right there. No, no thank you. Yeah. Bye. I'm not eating that, you know?
Gotta put it in perspective.
Yeah, when you look at it like that, you're like, hell no, I'm not working that. That's too much.
Seeing those calories will really make you not like. I had a Coca-Cola yesterday, and I was like, I didn't even work this off on the Stairmaster. I was like, dang, and it was just like a can. I'm like, all right, time to get back on.
It looks like Duran could empathize with the whole Wingstop thing. Says he put somebody through college. His Wingstop works. Well, let's ask: was that a community college, or was that like a Harvard, Stanford type college?
And did they
There's a difference. But yeah, so man, thanks for sharing about the whole training for a marathon. One day I'm gonna get there, I think. Gee, I wanted to ask you a question. What with the kid on the way, right? Those of you who don't know, the viewers, Gio has a kid on the way, a little guy,
6
little
months,
feller,
a boy.
And a stepson, right?
Yeah. A stepdaughter. Yeah. I have a stepdaughter. She's 9 years old.
You guys got a name yet?
For the boy?
John.
We'll wait. Okay.
Drop them comments. Let us know what names you got.
Give me some names.
Drop the comments. Let us know some names. If you get the right one that he picks, then you may get a prize. No, I'm just kidding.
You get to cut the umbilical cord.
Whoa. Oh no, is that a surprise or torture?
You'll be in the delivery room. So what was your question?
Yeah, so what's the one piece of health and wellness related advice that you look forward to being able to share with the little guy?
See, so when you asked me that, the first thing is like advice. The first thing is you have to at least have a routine. The parents have to be conscious about it before they can even tell a kid, you know, what they can eat. You ever see those moms or dads who try to lose weight and their kids are gaining weight, and you see that the kids are a little bit on the heavier side, and the parents are just doing it for themselves sometimes? But it has to be like bringing in the food that you're going to eat that's healthy into the house that starts. Because if you're just doing it for yourself, or you're just telling the kid to eat healthy, it's, you know, it's not the way to do it. So you got to lead. Practice what you preach, lead by example. That's definitely something that's been on my mind a lot. Luckily, my stepdaughter, she eats healthy, always eating fruits, always drinking water. She doesn't drink soda at all. She's 9 years old, and it's just because the way her mom taught her to always drink water, always drink water. I think it's very important to teach that now with the kids, you know, especially with things like COVID going on, health issues. I think it's beyond than just you know, working out, keeping them active, of course, that's very important, but also eating right. I think that's the biggest thing, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of talked about in the monologue, about how it's really important to wear masks, practice social distancing, being safe. But what are people doing on a regular basis, regardless of besides the whole pandemic thing, to make sure that they're prepared and healthy, just in case this thing were to happen again? You know, obviously, if you're in better health, you increase your chances of surviving this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's great, leading by example and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So that, especially with the boy coming in, I'm making sure my girlfriend's eating right. You know, I don't eat right all the time. I'm not an expert in anything. I'll be honest with you guys. I had a torta an hour before I got here.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I'll be honest, but
yeah, that's important.
But the biggest thing is conscious about it. Like throughout the day, if I know I'm going to eat something bad later in the day, I'm going to eat good throughout the whole day. Because I don't know, I've seen people like coworkers who drink sodas in the morning. Later in the day, they have their Burger King ready. It's you know, it's not, they're not conscious about it, and they're doing that throughout all their meals, and all those calories add up. Yeah. But if you know you're going to eat bad, at least at home, what we do is we start eating right, and we're gonna say, oh, Friday we're gonna go eat out, so we eat healthy until Friday. Just being conscious about it, you know, putting that into your kids, because giving your kids chips or just anything, especially with them being on their iPads, I've seen kids where they're just eating chips while they're on their iPads, YouTube for like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Put a fruit there. They just switch it out. They probably won't even know, as tuned in as they are into the YouTube.
Yeah, no, you know, I really like how you were honest that you ate a torta before the show, because I know, like I said, I ate some brownies earlier today. It's not about being perfect, but it is, I think, important to be conscious and aware about what you're doing and how you're treating your body.
She brings up a good point too. That's the easiest way to eat fruit. So like as soon as you buy it, chop it up, wash it, and put it in your fridge. And you'll just snack on it the rest of the day. You know, it's like so easy that way. And then another I guess trick, like let's say you absolutely need to have some chips. Like me, I'm a big chip person. I love chips. So something that makes it harder to like eat the whole bag is, as soon as I get chips, I'll eat like half the bag. Then I'll roll the other half up and put it in my car, because I'm not going to go to my car, open it's like a lot harder. Smart. You're putting like mechanisms in place to make it harder. That helps. That goes a long way, you know.
And what you just said about that is portion control. I think that's huge. Yes. People don't think about that.
So important.
You asked me about kids. I've seen kids who can take down a whole burger that I could eat.
Take it down.
But they don't need it. They don't need it.
And some will burn it off, but with this COVID thing, some of them won't. You know, a lot of them are eating at home. I've seen nieces, nephews, people who I know with their kids, they have gained weight. And like the parents probably don't see them off. I mean, they see them often all the time that they don't notice it. But somebody who, like, I haven't seen them maybe in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you see them start to gain weight because they're not active, and they're still feeding the same what they did before the COVID started. So
my sister's that way. Sorry, Zaya, if you're listening. I told her that she needs to eat better with me, because she's not doing anything. She's a big guitar piano person. She's amazing, but she's sitting all the time, and she's eating like the rest of us. Big sister's eating too, trust me. Like I said, Wingstop. But you have to pay attention to what they're eating on a daily basis, because you know, they'll get pizza. Oh, you're hungry. Okay, order a pizza. Or you know, it's like, just bring what you're eating. Like if you're trying to get healthy, bring that into the household. Like make sure your refrigerator is filled with the same things you're eating, so that's all your kids can eat. You know what I mean? Instead of having like frozen whatever in the hot pockets or whatnot.
That $5 hot and ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's
Go grab a $5 hot and ready.
Yeah. Filling up your fridge with all that good stuff. I mean, I go to Costco probably every 2 weeks and we fill it up. And then if you attempt to go out and eat and you just think about the food that you have, it'll spoil quick, especially with fruit. So I know spinach, after a while, it starts to get soggy and stuff. It just tastes nasty, maybe after a week and a half. But just throwing that stuff in your fridge and just starting there, it's a big step because you have it there. You don't have to say, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that.
No excuses.
Yeah, it's there.
I love to get my fruit, my produce, vegetables, all that good stuff from the farmer's market. I feel like they got the best stuff.
Best place to get it.
Yeah. But Hillary, I wanted to check with you. We have our special guest, Hillary, here today. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your experience in the fitness industry as well as your experience with volunteering. And we do appreciate that volunteer time with moving forward.
So I'm not going to talk for too long, but I'm going to bring you back to 2016. When I moved here, I was really, really, really small. And but I got into a job. I worked retail my entire life, and then I got into a job where I'm at the front desk all the time. And I met Jose, so I ate a lot, and that happy weight definitely came on. And then sitting all day, and I was never an exercise person. My mom is extremely shocked that I am a fitness instructor. She's like, I never would have thought you. But I didn't. I worked at a gym. That was the desk job I did, and I just started noticing my knees hurting. And I was like, God, my knees hurt all the time. And my brother said, Hillary, babes, have you seen yourself? I'm like, what's wrong? And then my coworker said something, and then I'm like, okay, it's probably time to change things. So I asked them a bunch of questions. What should I be doing? What should I be eating? And my boss noticed me trying to get healthier and exercising and kind of doing a good job in what I was doing. And she's like, maybe you should be a personal trainer. So they started exercising with me every day. And I just kind of fell in love with the stress relief. Not only that, my knees felt better. I felt better. I saw the results of me kind of slimming down, and the way my body was starting to look, and I really liked that. So I went to a big seminar in San Francisco for fitness, and just to kind of see if this is what I wanted to do, and it was amazing. So I just kind of stuck with it. I got my personal training certificate. And the gym that I work at specializes in older people. We do have younger people. I specialize in weight loss, but I also do rehabilitation work with older people. And that right there is what really just like solidified it for me that this is what I should be doing, because helping these older individuals kind of feel better and show some strength and less back pain and less knee pain and all that stuff is what made me kind of fall in love with fitness.
Yeah, that's interesting. You said about what you said about aches and pains like going away, because I feel like I've had that experience as well, where like I may be experiencing lower back pain, and although initially when you first start trying to work out again and try to get into the routine, you start to feel those pains go away, those muscle imbalances and stuff tugging at your nerves and stuff, and so I definitely feel like I can relate to that. It's like that's real.
Yeah, it's very important to kind of make sure your muscles aren't tight, because they pull at so if my quads are tight, they're going to pull at my knee. And or if I'm gain too much weight, it's going to put pressure on my knee. So you kind of have to make sure you have a balance in everything that you're doing. Like if your knees go in, you need to do this exercise. If they go out, there's exercise is not just about losing weight. It has a lot to do with like overall health, right? Health is wealth. So if you want to be able to walk when you're 50 or 60 or 70 or 80, you need to focus on these imbalances in your body and try to fix those things. So when my knees started feeling better, I realized that there was different things that you could do to fix that.
And that's really interesting. But also what you said about like working out with older people and stuff like that. And I feel like no matter how old you get, across the spectrum, old, young, different nationalities, everyone is concerned about like weight and how they look, right? Especially, my fiance is from Brazil, right? South America. And what's really big down there is cosmetic surgery, right? Like everybody has it. I know a lot of people here who are from South America who have surgeries, but not only South Americans, it's really all across,
Yeah, especially now.
especially now.
All on Instagram.
You see it.
Everything.
Yeah, I feel like now it's a lot more in your face with Instagram, like you said, Gio, and social media. There's a lot more pressure to feel and look good, which I feel like there are some pros to that, but also some cons that come with it, like everything else. You know, it's almost like the folks who live in like LA. That's stereotypically people know that's a place where people gotta look good. They want to go to the beach, or Miami. They want to look good. They want to be at the beach, so they gotta look good and have surgeries if they need to look good. But now I almost feel as though with social media and the pressures that we face today, it's being pushed on a broader scale. Not just LA anymore, not just Miami. Now it's across the country, across the globe.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. But the most important thing about that is that, I mean, people go get their surgery thinking they're going to feel better just because, you know, people are commenting or whatnot, giving them their likes. But working out and achieving that goal mentally, you're going to be somewhere else.
Yeah,
you know,
it's an accomplishment.
a huge accomplishment. If you get to where you want to go by actually working out, man, the feeling is crazy. I mean, like Hillary said, when she first started, she started focusing on the gym little by little, and it just becomes like a snowball effect. You start focusing on different things, researching different ways to get fit, different ways to eat better, you know, YouTubing things that will help you achieve your goals. And it just becomes a snowball effect where you start being a lot more fitness conscious, or you know, just anything in general that has to do with fitness or what, you know.
You know, one thing that I dislike, that I see all the time, and I want to get your take on, Hillary, is all those get 6 packs abs in 8 days, and you know, go from here to here in a month, and you see a lot of great, you know, Transformation Tuesday pictures.
Yeah.
But I mean, that, I don't know, it bugs me. It doesn't hella bug me, but it bugs me because I know that
It's not real.
it's not real.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, for example, I got to a point where I was pretty shredded, bro. It took me literally 6 months to get to where I wanted to be at. Took me about a month to get back to square A. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, that's why it kind of bugs me, and I get how, you know, in the marketing perspective, it's appealing for people to put 6 days, 6-pack abs in 7 days. But I think that people need to understand and
That
realize
it's not that easy.
it's not that easy.
It's not that easy at all. One thing about abs is abs are made in the kitchen. Like, that's a real statement. It's not you can go into the gym and just do crunches nonstop and expect to get a 6-pack ab. First of all, crunches work, but there's so many other ways to point or to get at your abs. I follow, and I actually do some of her exercises. Her name is Chloe Tang, and I think her thing, yeah, I love her too.
Good, yeah.
Her thing is that it does say abs in 2 weeks, right? But if you read her disclaimer, you need to eat this way and you need to stay consistent. You can't just think, oh, I'm gonna do this for 2 weeks and I'm gonna just be shredded. Well, no, you're still eating McDonald's, babe. You're still, you know what I mean? You're still doing these things, and that's not the way to go. And you have to stay consistent. It doesn't really make me mad unless they're lying about it. Unless they're like, look at me, because there's this thing now, like we were talking about plastic surgery, abs etching, where they get lipo to get abs, and then they go in there and go, yeah, I was in the gym with my trainer. It's like, no, you weren't, babe, because I saw your story. You were just in Dr. Miami's office.
Dr. Miami.
It's really hard to kind of figure out what you need to do. I've been trying to get abs, but Wingstop has been stopping that, like I said. But I stay consistent, and I'm a personal trainer. I know how to target my abs, and I still don't have them. But that's just because of my bad eating habits. So I get why that makes you mad. I hope that when they do that, they put a disclaimer to say that that's not what's... Oh, yeah.
You know,
bugs you. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like, you know,
you're not
punching
pissed
a wall
about it.
I'm
But
punching a hole.
it makes you roll your eyes a little bit.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
It does.
You mentioned Chloe Ting because, like, her exercises, they're just, I mean, I kind of knew that going in, that, you know, abs in 20 minutes or whatever her gimmick is. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, I know this isn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But like once I started watching some of her videos, it's just something really quick and really easy and just like a good addition to your workout. You know?
I do it at the end of my workout.
Yeah,
Like 20 minutes.
It's just like so easy to just add on there because like all I watch is YouTube anyway. So then it's like, okay, I'm bored. I'm just gonna look at Blogalates. She's another good one. Or like
Blogalates? Oh, that's cute.
Blogalates. Yeah, she's
That's
really
cute.
good. Yeah, so she's like Pilates, but she blogs it. So yeah, so then that's a really just easy addition and easy throw in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to check that out. It sounds interesting. Like, I'm gonna try some Blogalates.
I'm with you,
Yeah,
bro.
she's good.
I'm with you.
We're not sponsored by Mr. Miami either.
No.
But,
Oh, right,
but
right.
if you want to
Disclaimer.
sponsor us, you know.
Yo, is that a real
I'm
dude?
kidding.
Speaking of sponsors and such, I wanted to highlight a couple of folks.
Me too.
Evan, who also led the free community fitness classes once a week. I want to give him a shout out with Go to Work Fitness. I want to send some appreciation to Hillary again. We are really
For
grateful
sure.
that she took her
Yes.
time
I had
to.
a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It was really great. I meant to say when you asked me the first time, not to
go ahead.
interrupt you, but it was really fun. It kept me moving. It was an extra exercise when I didn't feel like doing it. But I wanted to be there for you guys and make sure that you guys were getting your workout in. And I love the interaction with everyone. I can't wait to do it again. It was really cool.
yeah. So we are wrapping up. Tomorrow's going to be the last one for this little season. But we do plan to get it back up and running soon. But we do hope that the fitness classes helped get you fit
Right.
for the 5K. You see, I don't know if I did this during the first one or the second one. The first day.
Do it again.
We're gonna
Do it
again. Check it
Why
out. We
not?
got the We Run Richmond 5K shirt, and can I grab that
Oh,
for a
yeah,
second? Yes, we got the official. This is the first year we got the official finishers medal, and so you can hear this. I got some weight to it right there. I know you want one of these. It's the first year we're gonna have medals. I think they came out really nice, actually. So please sign up. All the money goes towards our scholarship program that we're raising money for scholarships. We already have a few scholarship recipients that we've announced. We want to announce them here and give them an opportunity to be showcased. But if we're able to raise more money, we'll be able to give more scholarships. So please, it's not too late. Sign up. We're going to be distributing shirts at MLK Park this Saturday from 10 to 12, 10 a.m. to 12. We're going to be passing out the shirts and medals, the finishers medals. And so, yeah, please, Diana, can you share some names, information about some of these scholars?
Okay, yeah, of course. So just to give you a brief background into the schools that they've been accepted to, some have been accepted to Howard, to UC Berkeley, USC, and San Francisco State. And so the first person that I'm going to mention is Jaswan Beal, right? She's great candidate. The next one is Maya Lucas. The next one is Jacqueline Salguero. And that's followed by Alishba Sardar, Miguel Moya, and Luisa Sandra Managan. So all of these students, they worked so hard. They all filled out scholarships, did their essay. They're super responsible, put in their transcript, really made a good case for why they deserve the money and really highlighted, community service. So, and they're all part of Richmond. So.
Yeah, and I tell you this, if you were to read their essay or meet them like I have, you would be impressed with these young men and women because, wow, they're impressive. I think that they're light years ahead of where I was at that age. And so I'm really certain that they're going to be successful and they're going to reach their dreams of achieving a higher education. And so we're really happy that we're able to support them, and we hope that we're able to support more young leaders from our community. And yeah, like we like to say, it's a long-term investment in our community. We definitely see it as something that will make a positive turn in our community when these young leaders are able to come back educated and empowered. They'll be able to do some positive things out there for our community to be uplifted. That's the whole idea of it. We hope that you can buy into that and buy some of these shirts, buy some of these medals, and participate. I know, actually, I signed up myself. This is gonna be my first year running since it's virtual. Usually, I'm not able to do it
You
because
can't
I'm
see
pumping
you.
the
That's
hose.
why you can't prove it.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna post some little videos and stuff. You'll see it. Yeah. But man, I wish we could talk forever on this topic. We did start a little late, so we ran a little late, but we're gonna have to wrap it up. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I hope that everybody tuning in also enjoyed it and actually get a little something from it that could help them. Maybe a conversation that they can build off of and talk with their family or do something good in their household or community to work towards being healthier. I know it's important that we wear our masks when we're in public and social distance, but it's also important that we're conscious of what we're eating, conscious of how we're treating our body, conscious of how we're exercising, and all that good stuff. Is there anything that you all wanted to share before we wrap it up today?
Yeah, I got two things. Does anybody want to go first, or am I clear?
I'm gonna just say one quick thing.
Cool.
You can't control COVID, but you can control your health and what you eat, like someone said. So, with COVID being around, control your health and what you're eating, what you're putting in your body, so that way your immune system is strong. So control that. And that's all I have to say.
One thing. So I'm gonna link, if anyone's interested in running a 5K, 10K, a half, a full, I'm gonna link in the description the training plans by hygiene. So that's like a really easy way to transition if you are interested in running, and also where to find like good running shoes. It's not sponsored, but Roadrunners is an excellent place that finds like the perfect source for you. And also, if you could please support our health and fitness instructors, because they do it for free. You know, it's really volunteer work. So go follow them, do whatever you have to do. So that's just something to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so it's a few things I want to mention. First, I want to mention that Jonathan the tortoise turned 188 years old recently.
Oh, cool.
188 years old. And guess what he is?
Wow.
2 lifetimes.
He's a vegetarian.
Wow.
He's a vegetarian,
Gotta rethink
right?
my choices.
So in honor of Jonathan the tortoise, I'm going to nickname myself Johnny Longdays. All right, Johnny Longdays. It's almost the intellectual. Now I'm Johnny Longdays, and we got to figure out what you guys want to be called. Johnny Longdays.
I like that. All
right.
Yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, my boy Gaucho, I call him Portugoose because that was his gamer tag back in the day when he would be on Call of Duty. He has been doing an awesome comic strip. I love how my friends are so creative. So he's a very talented dude. Find him on IG at Cody _comics. We'll put more info on. We'll put all the infos of everything that we're highlighting in our description, so you guys can check it out. Take it back. Sayodi is a community-funded NGO channeling the spirit, of then deceased, now omnipresent Sayodi, following the truth towards conscious liberation from hype. If you're into like the Rick and Morty kind of vibe, or if you like Duncan Trussell, if you know he's a comedian, if you're into that kind of stuff, if that's your cup of tea, check him out. I'm sure that you'll like him. He's very, very clever, and he can draw. I didn't know that about the guy. He's actually really good.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Check it out, dude. Yeah. Like he gets down, man. His stuff is really the message your mind, but I think that's thought provoking. So he's doing his thing.
Yeah, I love how we're able to highlight some folks in here from the community, people doing positive things. So if you would like to be highlighted and you're doing something good out there in the city of Richmond or surrounding area, let us know. Reach out. We could collaborate, partner. We could give you a shout out. We're shouting out our friends, but we are always open to finding more friends. So let us know. Hillary, is there anything you wanted to share before we go? Maybe where people could find you if they wanted to get some personal training, whatever else you got going on?
Yeah, not to give a selfless plug here, but it will be you would go through All-in-One Fitness for me. I'm doing video training at the moment, so if you don't want to go to the gym, which none of us can go, you can always hit me up through All-in-One Fitness, ask for Hillary. I'll do a free consultation with you over FaceTime, Zoom, anything you really want to do it on, whatever you have. And then we'll do a free consultation. Tell me about what you want to achieve, aches and pains, things like that. Or you can hit me through my Instagram, Black Khaleesi, and we will set something up.
Yeah. And so if you have any way they can reach you at All-in-One Fitness, send it to us and we'll put it in the bio to the YouTube so they could easily click on it. So that's where you'll find it. All right. Okay. I think that we're wrapping up today. Hope that everyone viewing enjoyed the show. Comment, share it, like it, subscribe it, all that good stuff. Thank you. And I want to. We can't go. We got to give Marco a shout out for always holding it down behind the scenes. You haven't seen his face yet, but soon he may show his face on the screen. He's working behind the scenes, working the cameras and doing all that stuff. So can't go without saying thank you to him and Lady who does all the social media stuff.
Lady.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
She is hardcore when it comes to being consistent on the social media stuff.
Organization
My plant-based,
queen.
plant-based soldier.
Yeah, and she's on a plant-based diet.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, she's been on that seriously, trust me. So yeah,
For real.
thank you. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.